Hi everyone! Football news is back with another episode. Yamal Musiala and Joshua Kimmich could move to Barcelona. Lamine Yamal concerns Barca bosses with his rapid life changes. And Real Madrid are preparing to sell two of their stars. Mamma mia! We have some intriguing news to cover indeed. Be quick to support us with a like as well as a comment. Sit back and make yourself comfortable as we're about to start. Let's get the show on the pitch. Real Madrid have topped the rankings for clubs in Spain based on the number of season tickets sold for the current season 2024-25, while Barca are placed 15th in the list. Sport as reports. Chelsea and Ajax Athens have failed to reach an agreement over the transfer of striker David Datro Fofana, informs Fabrizio Romano. For me, Bruno Fernandes is a player that highlights the problems at Manchester United, said Emmanuel Petit. We'll see if I end up being at Olympique Marseille in a few years or if I stay at Chelsea for the rest of my career. Fabrizio Romano quoted Wesley Fofana as saying, "How Lampard and Potter are still considered as potential candidates for the position of England manager," claims The Telegraph. Güler is heading towards a very bright future, thinks Jose Mourinho. Real Madrid now have the most valuable squad in world football, says the Transfermarkt website, with Los Blancos' squad estimated to be worth around 1.34 billion euros. The new head coach of the USMNT, Mauricio Pochettino, has become the highest-paid coach in US soccer history. The Argentine will earn $6 million per year, with his contract valid for 2 years. Eder Militao returns to training at Real Madrid after a small muscle injury suffered with Brazil, Fabrizio Romano reports. Games in Europe are faster than here. The ball arrives faster because of the field. We have to adapt to play in the best way to win games. I want to ask the fans for forgiveness. I know it's a difficult moment, but we will be back, Vinicius Jr. stated after the Seleção's defeat to Paraguay. Our clear objective is to return the club to the top of European football. Everyone at the club is aligned on a clear strategy to deliver sustained success both on and off the pitch, for the ultimate benefit of our fans, shareholders and hugely diverse range of stakeholders, shared Omar Berrada, Man United's new chief executive. Enzo Fernandez has been stripped of his driver's license. The 23-year-old Argentine was also being fined £3,020 for violating traffic regulations and then failing to identify the driver of his car on 2 occasions. Paulo Iago leaves Real Madrid Academy and joins Sporting. "I'm not going to rush any decisions about my future," stated Gareth Southgate. Real Madrid and Andriy Lunin have reached an agreement on a new deal valid until June 2028. The current deal was due to expire in June 2025, but after staying at the club this summer, Lunin will sign a new deal as Marca reports. It's expected to be official soon. Fenerbahce are not interested in landing Kieran Trippier, who has played only 94 minutes for Newcastle United this season. "Becoming new Boca Juniors manager would be a dream for me. It's a crazy dream. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but I'd love to have a chance in my career at Boca one day. Being Boca manager at La Bombonera would be super," Maurizio Sarri told Gazzetta. Lee Carsley on staying on as England head coach. "I'm totally relaxed about the situation. I have got to do a good job," said England's interim manager. Matthijs de Ligt? "I'm a big fan of him and his qualities, but I also have to be honest. When he left Ajax, he has never been the same. I think his career has slowed down a bit," thinks Rafael van der Vaart. Former AC Milan and Romania goalkeeper Ciprian Tatarușanu has announced his retirement from professional football at the age of 38. Borussia Dortmund are eyeing Parma's right winger Denis Mann, who has been named Serie A's best player in August. Claude Makelele will lead the Greek side Asteras Tripoli. Paul Clement is expected to be his assistant. "My best goal? The best, most beautiful and most important, I think, is the goal against Leverkusen," claims Zinedine Zidane. Inter Milan will renew the contract with Denzel Dumfries, who will earn about €4 million per season, informs Gianluca Di Marzo. "What bothers me is that today France doesn't have any technical players. Well, we have very good players, but they're all the same," Robert Pires shared his observations. Harvey Elliott will not be able for Liverpool for at least a month after fracturing his foot whilst on international duty, according to The Telegraph. Martin Odegaard will miss 3 weeks of action with an ankle injury. Guys, now it's time to leave a like to this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Moving on to the main news of our release. Former PSG striker Kylian Mbappe is not ready to resolve the issue of the club's debt to him out in court, RMC Sport reports. This is exactly what the legal committee of the French Football League called on the parties to do. PSG in turn are willing to consider resolving the issue through pre-trial proceedings. Mbappe is demanding 55 million euros from his former team. This amount partially includes a contract extension bonus and salary for the last 3 months of his stay there. The Frenchman has already taken his case to the aforementioned LFP and UEFA. Al Nassr striker Cristiano Ronaldo shared his opinion on Manchester United boss Erik ten Hag. Man United manager: "You can't say that you're not going to fight to win the Premier League or Champions League. You have to say like, maybe we've got no potential to succeed, but we're going to try. You have to try," Ronaldo said. A year ago, Lamine Yamal was a little-known teenage prospect at Barcelona who became the youngest player to debut for the Blaugrana the previous season. Now, the 17-year-old is a Euro 2024 champion and perhaps the most in-demand player at Barcelona. The manner in which he has handled the attention has so far been admirable, but there is concern growing at Barcelona about his rise. According to Radio Marca, there are people at the club worried about the heavy media attention he is receiving, and already there are people working to ensure that it doesn't get out of hand. Their fear is that Lamine Yamal gets to a point where he feels like he can no longer control things within his life. Part of it is that the 17-year-old changed agents to Jorge Mendes, whereas they would have been much more comfortable with his previous representative, Ivan de la Peña. They feel that the change was made with the help of others at the club, whereas with former player de la Peña, Lamine Yamal would be protected more from his rise. Bayern Munich midfielder Yamal Musiala, whose contract with the Rotten expires in the summer of 2026, is in great demand among top clubs. The Fichajes website reports Yamal Musiala is the bomb Joan Laporta is preparing for next season. Meanwhile, Fabrizio Romano gives his insights on the matter. All top clubs, including Real Madrid and Manchester City, love Yamal Musiala and will be there in case Bayern can't reach a new deal with him. On top of that, journalist Alex Crook adds that City want to bring two friends, Wirtz and Musiala, together in one squad. Impressive plans, that's for sure. Folks, what do you think of it? Which club will Musiala end up at? Bayern Munich midfielder Joshua Kimmich is keen on a move to Barcelona, according to KT Huges. The 29-year-old Kimmich's agreement with the German Titans expires in 2025, thus he is considering a move to the Catalan side as a free agent. Joshua was interested in Barcelona's project back in Xavi's days, with the arrival of Hansi Flick only strengthening this idea. Early on, reports emerged regarding PSG's interest in Joshua, but he rejected the French team's offer. Also, there is a steady interest from Premier League clubs such as Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal and Manchester United. Barcelona's sporting director Deco had a say on why the club didn't sign Athletic Bilbao winger Nico Williams in the summer. The coach was the first to say that if we couldn't bring a level, we could continue with what we have. We reflect, we do not make hasty decisions. I tell you again, we are talking about level. Today we have Rafinha, Ferran, the return of Ansu, he was very good in pre-season, Lamine and players like Fermin and Olmo who can play there too. To bring someone in, it had to be of a very high level. With the signing of Dani, I gave you more options. It's not that we haven't spoken to players, but we had other priorities that have been decisive not to bring in another winger. Deco revealed to Barca 1. It is no surprise that Real Madrid's bosses didn't like the Vinicius Juniors' comments about the World Cup in 2030 potentially being taken away from Spain if they do not manage to improve their racism record ahead of the tournament. According to Sport, Real Madrid president Florentino Perez is amongst those in the hierarchy that are not happy with his comments and increasingly irritated by his attitude. Not least because Perez is planning to host the showpiece event, that is the World Cup final at the Santiago Bernabeu. The last thing he wants to see is that taken away. It has already been reported that Los Blancos are increasingly willing to consider the idea of selling Vinicius due to his public image, and the report goes on to detail that the tendency of both Vinicius and Rodrygo to give interviews during international breaks is also starting to grate at Valdebebas. Neither tend to speak much publicly on Spanish soil, but tend to dominate the headlines when they leave for Brazil duty. And indeed, both have done so over the past week. Guys, it really seems to be true, since Florentino Perez is already working on his dream deal. You see, he marked Erling Haaland as his target for next season, and on Madridista Premium you will find out why the switch is only a matter of time. Click here and have a great time watching. Bye!